Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all of you who are there. We are starting with the GATE 2024 paper Aptitude section of EC, Stream EC. So this is the first question in front of you. A surveyor has to measure the original distance from her position to a distant reference point P. Using her position as the center, a 200-meter horizontal segment is drawn with two endpoints A and B, which basically means if this is A and this is B, the surveyor is at the center and this is 100 meters and this is 100 meters. Okay. And see horizontal distance from her point to a distant reference point P. Now point A, B, C are not collinear. C can be anywhere here, anywhere on these points. Each of the angles CAB and CBA are measured as 87.8 degree. So primarily they are equal. So for an angle both from a point, the subtended angle to A and B, they are equal, clearly indicates that this point C should be the other vertex of an isosceles triangle ACB, where AC and BC must be equal, and this angle is, as they said, 87.8 degree. Both of these angles, 87.8 degree. Now this is the distance from the surveyor to C, and obviously since it is joining the vertex of that isosceles triangle, it must be 90 degree, or it must be a right angle 90 degree. So what is the distance from the question is the distance in meter of the reference point C from her position is nearest to which one of these? So basically they are asking the length of CS. So the length of CS would be, as you can see, since this is a right angle, so tan of 87.8 degree would be CS divided by 100. So CS would be 100 into tan of 87.8 degree. Now, if you have used this, and you also have a scientific calculator at your disposal. So even if this is not a normal one, but tan of 87.8 degree is approximately equal to 26. So basically, the length of this would be 100 into 26, that is 2600. Now look at the options. The nearest one to 2600 would be 2603, and hence the answer is 2603. And actually the exact, if you use the scientific calculator, it is indeed 26.03. So then you get the exact one if you use the calculator. But then experience would also be telling you that tan of 87.8 degree is 26, and hence this goes on. So that's question one. Let's go on to the second question. PQRS and T have launched a new startup. Two of them are siblings. The office of the startup has just 3 rooms. All of them agree that the siblings should not share the same room. If S and Q are single children, so S and Q are single children, they do not have any siblings. The room allocations shown below are acceptable to all. Then which of the given options is the siblings? So see, first we know that Q and S are definitely not the siblings, so they are already out. Now see, P and R cannot be the siblings because P and R can be together in one room. So P and R are not siblings. are not siblings. Next, C. R and T cannot be siblings. R and T cannot be siblings. So they also cannot be siblings because they are in the same room. Now we already know that Q does not have any siblings. So obviously PQ, the question of them being siblings doesn't arise at all. We also know that S does not have any sibling. So naturally, TS being a sibling, the question doesn't arise at all. But then there is another combination left, P and T. So P and T must be the sibling because no other combination is left excepting another which is S and Q. But S and Q we already know they are not siblings, so they cannot be. So P and T are the siblings, and we can confirm that option number A is the right option. Let's go to the third one. 5 years ago, the ratio of Aman's age to his father's age was 1:4. And 5 years from now, the ratio will be 2:5. What was his father's age when Aman was born? So let us suppose the present age of Aman be X. In that case, 5 years ago, the age of Aman would be naturally X minus 5. So therefore, the age of Aman's father 5 years ago, Aman's father 5 years ago would be 4 into, since the ratio is 1:4 and Aman is X minus 5, would be 4 into X minus 5. Now, what would be the age of Aman 5 years from now? Obviously, 5 years from now, it would be X plus 5. 5 years from now, Aman's age would be X plus 5 and Aman's father's age would be how much? See, it would be 4 into X minus 5 plus 10 because this was the age of Aman's father 5 years ago. So plus 10 must be added. So 4x minus 20 plus 10, that is equal to 4x minus 10. So you can say that x plus 5 divided by 4x minus 10 would be equal to 2:5. So we need to solve this for x. So multiplying it is 5x plus 25 is equal to 8x minus 20. This side and that side brings 3x and that is equal to 45 and hence x equal to 15. The moment we know that x is equal to 15 years, so the present age of Aman is 15. So 5 years ago, Aman's father's age was 40. So present age of Aman's father would be 45. See, present, if you consider the present, then Aman is 15 years and Aman's father is, as you can see, 4 into 15 minus x. This was Aman's father's age 5 years ago. So plus 5. Okay. So that would become 45 years. So they have asked what was his father's age when Aman was born. So when Aman was born, Aman's age was 0 years. So his father's age would have been 45 minus 15, that is 30 years. So you can say that option number B is the correct option. Okay, let's go on to the next number. This is a problem on logarithms. For a real number, x is greater than 1. It is said that 1 by log x to the base 2 plus 1 by log x to the base 3 plus 1 by log x to the base 4 is equal to 1. And they have asked you the value of x. Now we must be knowing that if anybody says that log x to the base a is there, I can say it as 1 by log of a base x. This is a very basic rule. So because of that, I can write of log x base 2 as 1 by log 2 base x. And 1 by log 2 base x would give us log 2 base x. Similarly, the second one would become log 3 base x. And the third one would become log 4 base x with the intermediate positive signs being there. And this must be equal to 1. Now we know that log of x plus log of y to any base, say suppose a, is equal to log of xy to the base a. This is also a very common relation. So because of that, we can say that log of 2 into 3 into 4, 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 4 is 24. So log of 24 base x must be equal to 1. Now, because 24 base x also a very common relation. See, if anybody says that log of x base a is equal to n, I'm sure you will agree that we can say, converting it to indices, that x is equal to a to the power n. This is how we can convert logarithm to indices. And likewise, here we can say that then 24 must be equal to the x to the power 1, or x is equal to 24. This is the shortest possible way to do this, and option C is the correct answer. Right. The next one. This is a problem from numbers. The greatest prime factor of 3 to the power 199 minus 3 to the power 196 is what? So from here, I'm sure you all agree that we can take 3 to the power 196 common. And then what will be left here is 3 to the power 3. And here it will be 1 left. So this can be said to be 3 to the power 196. See, 3 to the power 3 is 27, minus 1 is 26. So basically, this whole thing becomes, since 26 is 2 into 30, becomes 2 to the power 1 into 3 to the power 196 into 13 to the power 1. These are the prime factors. And the greatest prime factor is obviously 13. So the answer would be option A, that is 13. Very simple sum. Let us move on to the next one. This is from verbal ability. Sequence the following sentences named P, Q, R, and S in a coherent passage. Coherent means which has some meaning, proper meaning. Number P, Shifu's student exclaimed, "Why do you run since the bull is an illusion?" Number Q, Shifu said, "Surely my running away from the bull is also an illusion." This should be B. Bull is also an illusion. Statement R. Shifu once proclaimed that all life is an illusion. And statement number S. One day, when a bull gave him chase, Shifu began running for his life. Now, for these to have a coherent meaning, it is very clear that R must come first. Shifu once proclaimed that all life is an illusion. Then obviously S must come. One day when a bull gave him chase, Shifu began running for his life. Obviously then P must be the next one. Shifu's student exclaimed, "Why do you run since the bull is an illusion?" And obviously in reply to this must be statement number Q. Shifu said, "Surely my running away from the bull is also an illusion." So then there is a very coherent meaning, and hence the correct option is RSPQ, which is this option number C. Let's move on. Four identical chalk sticks, each of radius 0.5 centimeter and length L is equal to 10 centimeter. See, this is the length L of the chalk. This is 10 as per the data. And see, this is the radius of a chalk stick. This is 0.5 centimeter as per the data. They are bound tightly together using a duct tape as shown in the following figure. So four chalks are taken. They are, duct tape means those sellotape type, thick sellotapes used for packing materials. Okay, carton packing. So it's done by that. And as is shown in the figure, I hope you can understand, these are the four chalks that are there. The width of the duct tape is equal to the length of the chalk stick. That can be seen from the diagram too. The area of the duct tape required to wrap the bundle of chalk sticks only once is how much? So now this is a problem of mensuration. See, let us imagine the four chalk sticks like this. See, this is one of the chalk sticks. This is the cross-sectional view of the chalk sticks. This is the second chalk stick. See, this is the third chalk stick, and this is the fourth chalk stick. Okay, these are the four chalk sticks. See, they are arranged like this. And how has the duct tape gone? See, it has gone like this. This is the duct tape. Then it has gone along with the chalk. Then it has gone like this. Then it has gone along with the chalk. Then it has gone like this because it is wrapped tightly together. Then it has gone along with the chalk, and then like this, and then it has gone along with the chalk. And once this wrapping is done, so how do we do this? See, first of all, I hope we understand that this length is r as has been given. So this length is also r. And the chalk sticks are all of equal radius. So this length must also be r, and this length must also be r. I hope we understand that. So basically, if you draw a perpendicular from this center onto this, see, this is the portion of the duct tape which is not attached to the chalk, and this length is 2r. Similarly, this part of the duct tape is also 2r, right? Similarly, this part of the duct tape is also 2r, and likewise, this part of the duct tape is also 2r, right? Now, let us take this chalk. Let us draw a bigger diagram. Ah, say suppose this is the chalk. Now you see the duct tape has come till this. The duct tape has again gone till this. And the rest of the portion, the duct tape is along the chalk. But then this is a 90-degree angle, which means that this length is 1/4 of the circumference of the circle. Okay, now what is the circumference of the whole circle? So that would be pi 2 pi r. That is the circumference of the complete circle, and this portion is only 1/4 of that. So the length of this portion would be pi r by 2. But then let us see the total duct necessary. See, there are 4 2r's, 4 into 2r's, and along with that, there are 4 such cases. These are 4 such cases. So 4 into pi r by 2 plus 4 into pi r by 2. So that basically is, we can say 4 into, well, we can actually multiply them, 8r plus 2 pi r. We can say that, okay, 8r plus 2 pi r. So then we can say that, what have they asked? What is the area? Oh, they have asked the area. Now, we just found out the length of this whole thing. Now, the area will be multiplied by the length, which is 10. So, therefore, the area would be 10 into 8 pi. And this you could have taken 2 common, 2r common actually. And that would be 4 plus pi. So, you could say 10 into 2r 4 plus pi, which is equal to 20r 4 plus pi. Let us see if there is any such option or not. Oh, by the way, the value of r is also given. The value of r is 0.5 centimeter. I forgot that. So that is equal to, if you put r is 0.5, it will become 10, 4 plus pi. So this will be, the option will be number C. I forgot while explaining that R was 0.5. So that's why I was wondering where was R in the options. Okay, so it was 1.5. So I hope we have got it very cleanly. Let us move on. This is a data interpretation problem utilizing bar graphs. The bar chart shows the data for the percentage of population falling into different categories based on body mass index BMI in 2003 and 2023. 2023 is this one gray and 2003 is the black one. This is 2003 and this is 2023. Let us see these data is 0%, this is 0%, this is 5%, 10%, 15%, and so on. Uh, this is 50%, this is 40, this is 30, and this is 20. So I think now it's legible. Obese, overweight, normal, underweight. These are the four categories. Based on the data provided, which one of the following options is incorrect? Okay, let us take the first option. The ratio of the percentage of population falling into overweight category to the percentage of population falling into normal category has increased in 20 years. Okay, so what is the ratio of the percentage of population of the overweight category? So let us see the ratio of that overweight category. See, let us calculate in 2003 first. Let us calculate in 2003. That's the black one first. So that is 25 and to the percentage of population falling in the normal category. So these are the two, 25 to 50. So that would be 25 is to 50. That is the ratio, which is half, that is 0.5. Now, let us calculate in 2023. What is the ratio of the overweight to the normal? So overweight to the normal in 2023. Uh, 2023 is the gray one. So overweight it is 40 and normal is 30. So this would be 4 by 3, that is 1.33. So it has indeed increased. It has increased. So has increased in 20 years is perfectly correct. So this is not my desired option. Let us calculate the next, the ratio of the percentage of all population falling into underweight category to the percentage in the normal category. So let us first calculate in 2003, underweight is to normal. So underweight is this one. So that would be 10, 10 divided by, oh no, sorry, this is 10 divided by 50. 10 divided by 50. So that is 0.2. And let us now find it in 2023. Underweight by normal. What is it? So that is 5 and this is 30. So 5 by 30. 5 by 30. So that is 1 by 6, which is 16.67%. So that is 0.17. So we can say that option number B is indeed correct. Option number B is indeed correct. The ratio of the percentage of population falling into the underweight category to the population falling in the normal category in the year 2023 is 5 by 30, which is 0.17. And hence, this is absolutely correct. It has decreased in 20 years. So I will say option number B is the correct option. So naturally, no more necessity to go ahead and find out. Oh no, we have to find the incorrect one. My apologies. My apologies. I just forgot we had to correct. We had to mention the incorrect one. So this is correct. So obviously, just a second. This is correct. So this is not our desired option. We have to find which one is incorrect. Let us now go ahead to the next one. Ratio of the percentage of population in the obese category. So obese to the percentage in the normal. Obese and normal in 2003 would be, obese is this, 2003 is the black one, 15 divided by 50. So that is 15 divided by 50, which is 0.3. And obese by normal in 2023 would be the gray one, obese, that is 25 divided by 30. So it's 25 divided by 30. So that is 5 by 6. 5 by 6 would be 0.5 by 25 by 30 would be 5 by 6. So would be approximately equal to 0.17 into 5. So zero point 0.8 something, something like that. Okay, so this has decreased in 20 years, but this is on an increasing mode. So obviously this will be our desired one because this is incorrect. So once you have found out, you do not need to go ahead. Okay, wastage of time. I hope this is clear. A little bit of a difficulty in observing the data here, but then all is well that ends well. Let's go on to this. This is reflection type. Examples of mirror and water reflections are shown below. This is the mirror reflection. This is the water reflection. You have to just observe them. An object appears as the following image. So let us not forget that this is the image, not the original. After first reflecting in a mirror and then reflecting on water. So if this appears as sort of this, because digitally 5 and 2 look virtually mirror images of each other. So that is it. This is the image. Now how has this image come? At the last it has come by reflection in water. This is our 5.24, right? So what would be the original before that? I hope we can understand that this would be somewhat of this type. The decimal will remain as it is. This and this 4 would be somewhat of this type. So that is this one. But then originally it reflected in a mirror first. So the last it would get a reflection in a mirror. So what would it turn out to be? See, something like this. I hope we can understand this. And this one would be, this is the image that would turn up. So this is the original image. Let us find out which one caters to that. Oh, see, the first one caters to that. So this is the correct answer, number A. Here you have to be just very careful. So this is step 1 and this is step 2 and this is the answer and the original image. Okay. Two identical sheets A and B of dimensions 24 into 16 can be folded into half using two distinct operations. Operation folding 1 and folding 2, FO1 and FO2. In folding 1, the axis of the folding remains parallel to the initial long edge. So folding 1 would be somewhat like this. If this is the rectangular sheet of paper, uh, then folding 1 will be along this. Okay, so this is 24 and this is 16. Okay, so this is FO1 and FO2, the axis of folding remains parallel to the initial small edge. So FO2 would be somewhat like this. So this is the folding done. This is the 16 and this is the 24. This is FO2. Okay, so what has been said? If sheet A is folded twice using FO1, okay, so this must be sheet A. And sheet B is folded twice using, so this must be sheet B. So let us find, first let us fold. So one fold is like this. So then what happens? The sheet becomes like this, with this as 8. Then another fold along the center. So then the sheet becomes this. This is the final one. And this becomes 8 divided by 2, that is 4. Now this one, see, this is the original sheet. This is fold 1. And on folding it, the sheet becomes this. And this becomes 12. Whereas this remains 16. In the previous one, this remained 24. And then you have to fold twice. So you fold along this. So this sheet becomes now this. And this is 6. So what have they asked? The ratio of the perimeters of the final shapes of A and B is in what ratio? Okay, so the perimeter of this is 24 plus 4 into 2. And the perimeter of this is 16 plus 6 into 2. So the ratio of the perimeters, 2 will cancel off. This would be 28 and this would be 22. So it will cancel off only by 2. So that is 14 and 11. So 14 is to 11 will be the ratio. So let us see what is the option. Option number A is the correct option. Let us move on. Okay, so we have just finished the EC. So let us now go ahead to the next one. Let us go ahead to the electrical one. Let us take a break before we start the electrical. Let us start. This, as I said, is from the Department of EE, the aptitude section. Arrow shout, arrow scream is analogous to please, arrow, dash, arrow, pander. Analogous means is similar to. Okay. So you see, talk, shout, scream. So as you can understand it, indeed, the intensity is increasing. Okay. Now, amongst the given words, what can be the one? See, please. Please means one is please give me the pen. That please is there. There is another meaning. Please means making someone happy. Now, what is the meaning of pander? Here, the students are facing the challenge. Pander means unduly satisfying someone's not so very good desire. I mean, if suppose say I desire to do something that is not good, and if somebody, I mean, indulges me and allows me, helps me to fulfill that desire, it is known as pandering. Pandering is the extreme form. Okay. So now which one will be the medium one? See, the first one is flatter. Flatter means praising somebody, albeit the word flatter is mostly used when the praising is not sincere. It is a bit insincere. However, flutter means shaking, fluttering in the wind. Fritter means throwing away in small pieces. Okay, frittering away your future. Okay, fritters, see, pakoras, fritters, veg fritters. So small pieces. And frizzle is, sort of raindrops frizzled uh, on the tin and something like that. So they are very far away from the meaning. So the answer would be flatter. So it makes perfect sense. Pleasing, flattering, and pandering. They are perfectly in harmony. The next one. P and Q have been allotted a hostel room with two beds, one study table, and an almirah. In all the four options, which are basically diagrams, you can see that room. You can see that there is a door and a window that is absolutely fixed in position. But then the two beds, the study table, which is mentioned as only table there, and the and the almirah, as you can see, are in different positions. Okay. There is also a fan. I mean, it's a ceiling fan, as is said in the third line. So P is an avid bird watcher and wants to sit in the table and watch birds outside the window. Okay. So table, he must sit on a table and watch birds from the window. Q does not mind that as long as his bed, means Q's bed, is close to the ceiling fan. So which one of the following arrangements suits them the most? Now, if you look carefully, Q's bed, where is it nearest to the fan? If you see, Q's bed is nearest to the fan in option number A and option number D, right? It is nearest to the fan. Next, P must sit on the table and watch birds, right? So the table must be just before the window. But if you look at option D, if P sits at the table, there is no window from where he can watch birds. But in option A, P can sit at the table and watch birds from the window. So the arrangements that suit them the most can be fulfilled when option number A, I mean, the arrangement is option number A, hostel room arrangement. And this is easy. Next, the decimal number system uses the characters 0 to 9, and the octal number system uses the characters 0 to 7. I'm sure you know from number system properties that the digits used by the bases is one less than the number of the base. So, for example, the desired number 12, which is nothing but 1 into 10 to the power 2, 10 to the power 1 into plus 2 into 10 to the power 0, is expressed as 14. Why so? Because 1 into 8 to the power 1 plus 4 into 8 to the power 0 in the octal number system. I hope that is absolutely understood. Okay, so decimal number 108 in the octal system is what? Now, in the options, no base has been given, which basically means that they are of base 10. So, how do you do that? When you convert, the decimal number 108 in the octal system is how much? So, this is octal. So, how do you convert a decimal to a octal? See, decimal is this divided by 8. So, see, 13 eights are 104, and hence the remainder would be 4. Then divide 13 by 8. So 8 ones are 8, the remainder is 5. And then divide 1 by 8. So it's 0, and the remainder is 1. So obviously the reverse of this is our number in the octal system, that is this. So 108 in the decimal is 154 in the octal system. So it's option number D. Okay. Okay. A shopkeeper buys shirts from a producer and sells them at 20% profit. A customer has to pay rupees 3186 including 18% taxes per shirt. At what price did the shopkeeper buy each shirt from the producer? So this is a percentage problem, arithmetic. Now, what is the amount paid by the customer? Paid by customer. What is the amount paid by the customer? See, it is 3186, but that is including the 18% taxes. So, what is the cost price? I mean, he has purchased, right, from somewhere. So, what is the cost price of customer? See, he has actually paid 118% of the cost price for this shirt, and that is 3186. So to find the cost price, you divide 3186 by 118 and multiply it by 100%. So let us see what this will become. Let us divide this by, okay, wait. 118 twos are 236. Twos are 118, threes are will be more. So 118 twos are 236. 318, 236 is 82. 826. So 8 only multiplied by 2 and 7 gives us 6 in the units digit. 2 won't be there. 7. 7 8s are 56. 5. 77 plus, yes. So this is 7. So this is 2700. So this is the price, cost price of the shirt. Since the producer sold it to the customer, so the selling price of producer is also rupees 2700, but then the producer sold it at 20% profit. Okay. Sorry, this is not producer, this is shopkeeper. Selling price of shopkeeper is this, but shopkeeper purchased from the producer and sold it at 20% profit. So the cost price of shopkeeper must be equal to 2700 divided by 120 into 100. So that is this, and does this get divided by 12? Let us try. 12 twos are 24, 30, 12 twos are 24, 60 to 25. So that is 2250. This is the cost price of the shopkeeper. So that's what has been asked for. So 2250 is the answer, and hence that is option number C. Next, if for non-zero real variables x and y and real parameter a greater than 1, x is to y is equal to a plus 1 is to a minus 1, then the ratio x square is to y, x square minus y square is to x square plus x square is equal to what? So, okay, because x is to y is a plus 1 is to a minus 1, we can say x square by y square is equal to a plus 1 whole square by a minus 1 whole square. Now, let us apply componendo and dividendo. So that is x square on the left hand side, it will be x square minus y square by x square plus y square. That's the easiest way to bring this out. So we went for the shortcut. And that would be a plus 1 whole square minus a minus 1 whole square divided by a plus 1 whole square plus a minus 1 whole square. Now, we know that a plus 1 whole square, and from it if you subtract a minus 1 whole square, what we will get is equal to 2a plus 2a, that is equal to 4a. A square and a square will cancel, and 1 and minus 1 will cancel. I mean, after becoming squares, they will become 1 square, which is 1, and here it will also become 1 square, which is 1, and they will cancel because of this minus sign. And here, the 2a ones are the ones that will get cancelled, and this will become 2a square plus 2. And we can take the 2 common and write it as 2a by a square plus 1. So, okay, the options are like this. So, yes, this is the answer. See, 2a is to a square plus 1. So, the ratio is equal to 2a is to a square plus 1. This is the one that is the correct answer. Okay, this is from verbal ability. In the given text, the blanks are numbered 1 to 5. Select the best match for all the blanks. This is grammar, pure and simple grammar, prepositions. Following a row, the fill in the blank would be the one, number 1. The shopkeeper, the fill in the blank would be number 2. The price of a frying pan, the cook stood, the fill in the blank would be 3. A row to withdraw cash, number 4. The ATM booth. Okay, so following a row with the shopkeeper, the over the price of a frying pan, yes. So this must be with, this must be with, this must be over the price of a frying pan. The cook stood in a row, in a row to withdraw cash from the ATM booth. Now, so do you withdraw cash from, or do you withdraw cash at the ATM? See, you withdraw cash from the ATM, but you withdraw cash at the ATM booth. You do not withdraw cash from the booth. So this is it. Let us check which option is this. With, so this with over, yes, nah. So at is not matching. So nah, this is not so. This is also not so. Let us check this. With, over, in, yes, number C is the correct one. Okay, let's go to the next. In the following figure, CD, okay, this is C, This is D. This is A. This is, I think, B. AFCD creates the rhombus. So this must be F. BE. So I presume this must be E. Yes. Okay. So in the following figure, CD is equal to 5. CD is equal to 5. BE is 10. B is this point. So this whole thing is 10. AE is 12. AE, acha, so this one is 12. DAB is equal to DCB. DAB equal to DCB, which is absolutely okay because that is the property of a rhombus. These angles will be equal. DAE is equal to DBC. DAE, acha, that is equal to 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. DBC is also 90 degree. DBC is also 90 degree. Again, that is also true because the diagonals of a rhombus always intersect perpendicularly to each other. Okay, points AFCD create a rhombus. AFCD create a rhombus. Okay, so the length of BF in the in centimeter is how much? Okay, how do we do? Let us take triangle DAE. Let us take triangle DAE. In triangle DAE, we know that the angle DA, this is a right angle triangle. It is right angled because angle DAE is 90 degree. We know that AE is 12, and we also know that because DC is equal to 5 and in a rhombus all the lengths are equal, so this is also equal to 5. So we can say that DE will be root over of 12 square plus 5 square. That is 144 plus 25, that is 169, which is 30. So we know that DE is 30. But it has been said that CE is equal to 10. It has been said. So therefore DC must be equal to 3 because DC is, sorry, DB, not DC, DB. DB. DB, that is this line, must be this whole line minus BE. No, not CE is 10, BE is 10. I made an error there in writing. Since this arrow was beside C, I was writing C. BE is 10, not CE. Okay, BE is 10. So DE and BE, DE is 13, BE is 10. So DB must be 3. If DB is 3, then BF must also be 3. Because in a rhombus, the diagonals bisect perpendicularly to each other. So DB is also 3. Now if, which is equal to BF. So BF is also equal to 3. So if BF is equal to 3, so what is FE? FE would be 10 minus 3, that is 7. They have asked us BF only. Oh no, they have asked us BF only. So this is not necessary. Uh, so this part is not necessary. We have already found out the answer. We have already found out the answers. The alphabets there are a bit hazy and so I missed it altogether. But that's my fault. So BF is equal to 3, and that's what has been asked for. The length of BF in centimeter has been asked for. So that is number 3. Okay. The chart below shows the data of the number of cars bought by millennials and Gen X people in a country. Okay, let us, it's slightly hazy. This is Gen X. This is Gen X. And this is millennials. Millennials. So Gen X is the black one and millennials is this one. These are the millennials and this is Gen X. Okay. Okay. In a country from 10 to 20, 2010 to 2020. So this is 2010. This is 2010. This is 2015. And this is 2020. uh, in a country from there, as well as the yearly fuel consumption of the country in million liters. So I think this is fuel consumption in million liters. Yes, this is fuel consumption in million liters. This is the fuel part. Slightly hazy on this, but it's okay. We can manage. Fuel consumption. This is in milliliters, and this is. I presume the number of people who are having cars. I mean, people having cars. These are people with cars. That's what is written in this line, I presume. And these are 0, 10, 20, and so on and so forth, with 3 zeros after them, money in thousands. And this is 0, 10, 20, that is it. Okay, so we have made it. So considering the data presented in the chart, which one of the following options is true? Let us see. The percentage increase in fuel consumption from 10 to 15 is more than the percentage increase of fuel consumption from 15 to 20. Okay, so we are dealing with fuel consumption. So first from 10 to 15. So 10 to 15, what is the fuel consumption? Let us check. So in 10, and percentage increase is more than that. Number of cars, yearly fuel consumption. Okay, so 2010, the fuel consumption is 50. This is it. This is the fuel consumption graph, right? And in 2015, it is 60. So the percentage would be 60 minus 50 divided by 50 into 100. That is 20%. And the percentage increase in fuel consumption from 15 to 20 would be, this is 90 minus 60, I guess. 90 minus 60 divided by 60 into 100, so that is 50%. Okay, so it has been said is more, this is more, they have said, so this is wrong. So this is absolutely false. Okay, because this is less. Let us look at B, the increase in the number of millennial car buyers. Millennial car buyers. From 15 to 20. 15 to 20. Millennial is this gray one. 15, it is 45. And 20, it is 60. So 60 minus 45 by 45 into 100. Ajay, no, not percentage. Here the numbers only has been said. So we don't need the percentages. So the numbers are more than enough. So that would be 15,000, 15K, because these are all in thousands. Okay. Number of car buyers. We said that there are 3 zeros, remember? So that's 15K. Is less than the decrease in the number of Gen X car buyers from 10 to 15. Okay, so this is Gen X. Gen X car buyers from 10 to 15. Decrease. Gen X car buyers has indeed decreased. So the decrease is 30 minus 40. So the decrease is 10 based on a base of 40. 40 minus 30 is 10. In again, it is not percentage, it is number. So it is only 10K. So it is only 10K. 40 minus 30, that is 10K. So it has been said that the increase is less than the decrease. No, the increase is more than the decrease. So again, this is a wrong option. So this is a wrong option. Okay, the increase in the number of millennial car buyers, again, millennial car buyers from 10 to 15. So 10 to 15. Okay, only the number, so 10 to 15, it is 20 to 45. So 20 to 45. So the increase is 45. 45 minus 20, it is how much? Not 25K. And then what has been said is more than decreasing the number of Gen X car buyers from 10 to 15. Gen X car buyers from 10 to 15. Well, we already found that. That is 10K. This is already found here. Same thing. So it has been said that the increase is more than the. This is absolutely correct because 25K is more than 10K. So the correct option is option C. Took a bit of time to observe those data written. Slightly hazy. Since it's gray, so very difficult to spot. But all is well that ends well, as I keep on saying. So that is it. The assembly shown below has three-toothed circular objects, pinions, and two-toothed flat objects, racks, which are perfectly mating with each other. Pinions can only rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise, staying at its own center. Racks can translate towards the left or right direction. If the object A, that is a rack, is translating towards the right. Okay, the correct statement among the following is, okay, let us see what happens if this moves towards the right. If this moves towards the right, this will move like this. If this moves like this, then this will move like this. And if this moves like this will move like this. And if this moves like this will move like this. So we now know in which direction everybody is, working. So let us see which one is correct. Object B, object B is the last one, translates towards the right direction. No, this is wrong. It translates towards the left. Object B translates, this is the right. Object R rotates in the anti-clock direction. No, this is wrong. Object Q rotates in the clockwise direction. No, this is wrong. So obviously it is this one only. This is once again a bit of observation. A surveyor has to measure. This is the same problem as was given in the EC department, the first sum actually that we did today. The same sum. A surveyor has to measure the horizontal distance from her position to a distant reference point C, using her position as a center. So a 200-meter line is drawn and the surveyor is at the center. So this is 100 and this is 100 because a 200 horizontal line segment is drawn, two endpoints A and B. Points ABC are not collinear. Okay. So it surveyor has to measure the horizontal distance from our position to a distant reference point C. Okay. So C must be somewhere along this. Point ABC are not collinear, never will they be. Each of the angles CAB and CBA are measured as 87.8 degree, which means they're equal first. So we understand that this can only be possible if C lies in a perpendicular direction to S, because then this will be an isosceles triangle. Both the sides will be equal and hence the angle will also be equal. Okay, so that is it. So now we have to find the distance in meters of the reference point of C from our position. So you see, we can say that tan of 87.8 degree is equal to, this is C mind it, is CS divided by 100. So therefore CS would be equal to 100 into tan of 87.8 degree. Now tan of 87.8, you can check your calculator, scientific calculator to find that. It's pretty easy, it's 26.03. And even if you did not want to bring it out, I am sure experience might have taught you that 87.5 would be somewhat near to 26.5, slightly less than 26.5. So 87.8 is 26 point, and I'm around 26. So that would be equal to 2603, which is our option number E. So that is the last sum. We will take a little break here and then go on to the computer science department. The questions. There are two papers there, so we will do that after this. Okay, let us start. Just hold on a second. If arrow denotes increasing order of intensity, then the meaning of the words dry, arrow arid, arrow parched is analogous to diet, arrow fast, arrow what? Which one of the given options is appropriate to fit? Which one of the given options is appropriate to fill in the blank? I hope we understand that dry means dry. Arid is an extreme form of dry, arid land, very dry. And parched means desert land is parched. So I hope you understand the meaning. Now, diet. She is on a diet. So, which means, eating less, fast. See, I am on a fast. Okay. So, which means for a temporary period of time, I am not eating. But then, amongst all the options, the extreme form of that would be starve. It is very clearly seen. Starve is I'm not at all eating. Reject is entirely different. Reject means not accept. Feast is entirely the opposite of it. I'm feasting. And deny means I am not accepting the fact, but I am not. It doesn't actually come on to food or something like that. Deny. Okay. So starve is the actual option. Okay. This particular question has 1 mark. Just 1 mark. If two distinct non-zero real variables, x and y, are such that x and y is proportional to x minus y, then the value of x by y will be what? So x plus y is proportional to x minus y. We can write then x plus y is equal to k of x minus y. We can definitely write that. Or we can say x plus y by x minus y is equal to k. We can apply componendo and dividendo. Is a very powerful shortcut. We can write is equal to this. So by dint of this cancels. So we can say 2y by 2x is equal to k minus 1 by k plus 1. So the value of x by y they have asked. So x by y would be equal to k plus 1 divided by k minus 1. So we can very clearly say that the value of x by y is a constant. It doesn't depend on at all on x and on y. So the option would be option number D. The value of x by y is a constant. Consider the following sample of numbers. As you can see, the numbers given 9, 18, etc., etc. The median of the sample. So the first thing that you will have to do if you have to find out median is arrange them in order. It can be anything, ascending, descending, whatever you like. Let us write in ascending. So the smallest number of them all is 9. Then comes 10. Then comes, as I can see, 2 11s are there. So I will write them one after the other. Then there is a 13, 14, 15 consecutive. So 13, 14, 15. Then there is 15, no, 16, 17, 18 is there. So 17 is there, 18 is there. And then, okay, directly 69. So that's the last. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is written in order now and in ascending order. So now what you will do, see, the median of the sample is the value of the middlemost numbers. Now out of 10, there is no middle number, right? So then what you will do, you will take the fifth and the sixth. On the right of this, there are 4 numbers. On the left of this, there are 4 numbers. So let us see which are the fifth and the sixth. They are 13 and 14. And you will find the arithmetic mean of them. Arithmetic mean is 13 plus 14 divided by 2. That is 27 divided by 2. That is 13.5. So you will say that the median of the whole sample is 13.5. Option number A. The number of coins of rupee 1, rupee 5, and rupee 10 denominations that a person has are in the ratio of 5 is to 3 is to 13. Of the total amount, the percentage of money in 5 rupee coins is how much? See, the ratio of number of coins of rupee 1, rupee 5, and rupee 10. The number of coin ratio is 5 is to 3 is to 30. So the value ratio, the value of the coins, see rupee 1, so the value of the coins would be 5 into 1, that is 5. Rupee 5, so the value would be 3 into 5. And rupee 10, so the value would be 13 into 10, that is 130. So this is the ratio of the values. I hope you have understood. So what is the total money value? The total money value is 5 plus 15 plus 130. 15 plus 5 is 20 plus 130 is 150 rupees. And the percentage of money in 5 rupee coins is 15. So what you will have to find is 15 divided by 150 into 100. That is obviously 10%. Okay. So option number C is the correct. Next, for positive non-zero real variables of p and q, if log of p square plus q square is equal to log of p plus log of q plus 2 log 3, then the value of p4, p to the power 4 plus q to the power 4 divided by p square into q square is how much? Remember, whenever there is no base given, we automatically assume that that is natural logarithms. Okay, so the base is not required. So now let us find out how we can go ahead to do this. Now you see this statement, I'm not writing this statement again, can be written as log of p square plus q square is equal to log p plus log q plus log 9. Why 9? Because this 2 will go above 3 and it will become log of 3 square. So hence log of 9, which basically is equal to log of 9 pq. I hope we can say that. Now, because the log of this is equal to log of 9 pq, therefore p square plus q square can be said to be 9 pq. I hope we understand that. Let us square both the sides. If we square both the sides, then p to the power 4 plus q to the power 4 plus 2p square q square will be equal to 81 p square q square. Hence p4 plus q4 can be said to be 79 p square q square. So p4 plus q4 divided by p square q square can be said to be 79. Just bring this bottom. So this is the simplest way to do it, and the correct option is option number 3. In the given text, the blanks are numbered 1 to 4. Select the best match for all the blanks. Steve was advised to keep his head blank 1 before heading blank 2 to bat, for while he had a head blank 3 batting, he could only do so with a cool head blank 4 on his shoulders. Okay, let us see. Now Steve was advised to keep his head down. Keeping his head down means concentrating, not, getting engaged elsewhere. Keeping his head down means concentrate. Before batting, well, sorry, before heading out to bat will be the option. Obviously, one goes out to the field to bat. So heading out to bat. For while he had a head for batting. Head for batting. Head for batting means talent for batting. Talent for batting. He could only do so with a cool head on his shoulders. I think this is the right one. Let us see if the options match. Down, out, for, on. Okay, this is down, no, down, down, on, no. Another down, down, out, this is the one. Option C is the correct one. Down, out, for, on. Okay. Let's do this. A rectangular paper sheet of dimensions 54 centimeter into 4 centimeter is taken. Okay, let us suppose this is the rectangular sheet. This is 54 and this is 4. The two longer edges of the sheet are joined together to create a cylinder. Okay, so these two are joined together to form a cylindrical tube. They are just joined together, not overlapping. Okay, so once the cylindrical tube has been formed, I can say that the circumference is equal to 4. The circumference of the circle is equal to 4. And the length will still be 54. I can say that. Okay, so what has been said? Join to the former cylinder tube. A cube whose surface area is equal to the area of the sheet is also taken. What will be the ratio of the volume of the cylindrical tube to the volume of the cube? Okay. Now, to find the volume of the cylinder, I need the radius. Okay. So 2 pi r must be equal to 4, or r is equal to 2 by pi. So then the volume of the cylinder would be pi r square h. So that is pi into 2 by pi whole square into 54. So this pi will cancel here, 1 pi will be left at the bottom. So this is 4 into 54 by pi. So that is the volume. Now a cube whose surface area is equal to the area of the sheet. So the surface area of a cube is given by 6a square if the length of the cube is a. So this is equal to 4 into 54, because that is the area of this rectangular paper sheet. So we can say a square is equal to 9 into 4, because 6 goes by 9. Hence a is equal to 3 into 2, that is 6. So the length, breadth and height of the cube is 6. By the way, these are all in centimeter cube. This is in centimeter. This is also in centimeter. Volume of the cube. So the volume of the cube is 6 cube. So you will have to find the ratio of this. The ratio of this would be 4 into 54 by pi divided by 6 cube, that is 1 by 6 cube. 6 cube is 216. So that is 216. Well, I'll keep it as 6 cube only. That is better. we can keep it as 6 cube only. That would be better. So just hold on. Just hold on. Sorry, I had marked the highlighter. Okay, so it goes by 6. So there will be a 9. So that would be 3 into 6, and that would be 3. So no, that would be a 2 into 6, and that would be a 3 and another 2. And so all of these cancel. Well, so it becomes, the ratio becomes 1:5. And that must be the answer. So 1:5 is option number A. So that is it. Let us go ahead to the next one. I hope everybody has understood that. Oh, okay. The pie chart presents the percentage contribution of different macronutrients to a typical 2000 kilocalorie diet of a person. Now, this is the pie chart, and well, this is, as I can make out, carbohydrates. The percentage is 35%. This is, as I can make out, proteins. That is 20%. This, I think, is something in the form of unsaturated fat. Oh, yes, unsaturated fat. Okay, so unsaturated fat. Okay, okay. So even if we can't see them properly, that's not an issue because the names are given below. And the percentage is 20%. So this must be saturated fat, you see. So this is saturated fat. And this is also 20%. Can be easily understood because you see the angle is the same. And this, oh, actually, let us look here. Trans fat. So this is trans fat. Trans fat must be 10%. Or is it so? Oh, or is it, what is written? Trans fat. Okay, let us see 20, 20, 20. That is 60. 60 plus 35. Okay, so this must be 5%. Okay, so the angles are not proportional because this was looks half of this. So I thought that would be 10. So that's 5%. And obviously 5% has to be because the summation has to be 100%. So from there you can match out even if though it's impossible reading this, what is written there. So it must be 5%. So I am sure everybody can now look at what the figures are in this pie chart. So the typical energy density, kilocalorie per gram of these micronutrients is given in the table. So carbohydrates energy density is kilocalorie per gram is 4 kilocalories per gram. Proteins is also 4 kilocalories per gram, whereas all the three types of fats are 9 kilocalories per gram. Okay, so what has been asked? The total fat, all three types, means unsaturated, saturated, and trans, in grams this person consumes is how much? Well, different typical 2000 kilocalorie diet, this person has a diet of 2000 kilocalories. So that is already given. So first of all, let us see the percentage of trans fat. Let us write it as TF. We already know it's 5%. Then saturated fat SF, we know it is 20%, and unsaturated fat USF is 20%. So the total would be 45%. Okay. So we can say that, see, by the way, all of these, the energy density is the same, 9 kilocalorie per gram. So we can apply together, uh, rather than applying individually, we can apply them together. So we can say that the energy contribution for all of these would be, first of all, 2000 into 45 by 100, because 45% of 2000 kilocalorie. So that would be 900 grams. And since all of them have 9, so we will say that what is the quantity of the three types of fats that are consumed to give us this, I mean, this particular stuff, kilocalories. Okay. So that would be, it is 9 kilocalorie per gram. So 900 divided by 9 is 100 grams of all the three fats in total has been consumed to give us this. Let us see the options. There is 100. The total fat this person consumes is 100 of all the three types. The secret of this sum is, the shortcut is that we do not need to find them out separately. Why? We had these figures been different. But then since they are same, we utilized that opportunity to find them together. Hence, it was a pretty short one. The next one, a rectangular piece of a rectangular paper, 20 centimeter into 8 centimeter. So this must be the rectangular paper, somewhat looking like this. This is 20 and this is 8. Is folded 3 times. Okay, how is it folded? Each fold is made along the line of the symmetry which is perpendicular to its longer edge. Okay, so the first folding would be made perpendicular to the longer edge. So along this is the longer edge. So perpendicular to that. So the result would be this, whose this is 8 and this is 10. So this is fold 1. Now I am going to make another fold, and this time also the longer edge is this. So perpendicular to its longer edge. This is fold 2. And this would look like somewhat like this. Where this is 8 and now this is 5. So now the third one will be like this. This is F3 perpendicular to the longer edge. So the result would be something like this, whose this is 5 but this is 4. So this is the final. The perimeter of the final folded sheet is 5 plus 4 into 2, that is 18 centimeter. So this is the correct answer. These are absolutely simple. In fact, I keep on saying that it is a pity that if we do not have the 15 marks in our pocket in the first 10 to 12 minutes, maximum 12 minutes. 15 marks means you are already from zero, you are already somewhat around 20 to 22,000 rankings above. It's that important. So the rest of the full time you can devote to the critical, which is difficult, your questions that pertain to your stream. Okay, I'm sure everybody understood this. The next one is equally simple. Just be careful you don't make silly mistakes. The least number of squares to be added in the figure to make AB a line of symmetry is what? Okay, so the squares on both sides must be the same. So the first square that I will manufacture is this one. This will take care of this. Now you see, this square is already prevalent. So even if there is a vacant here, I have to make it into a square. So this is the second square. And now I'll have to take care of this, for which I have to make here a third square. So this, after I make 3 squares, this is absolutely okay. Now here I am sure everybody understands that 3 more squares have to be made. One to take care of this one to take care of this, and this one to take care of this. So the answer would be 6 squares. So this is the correct answer. I think we can move on to the next one. Okay, so that was the last question. Let us take a break. Let us take a break for a minute or two, and then we will start on to the next, the CS paper 2. Availability, 1 mark. If arrow denotes increasing order of intensity, then the meaning of the words walk arrow, jog arrow, sprint is analogous to bothered arrow, dash, arrow, daunted. Now I hope, by the way, analogous means is similar to. So you can see that walking, jogging, and sprinting means running. And these are in the increasing order of intensity. Now, bothered. I hope you understand what is the meaning of bothered. Means it's being concerned about something. I am bothered as to why, uh, you see, people are not getting good marks. So I'm concerned. What is the meaning of daunted? Daunted means pure intimidation. Uh, I mean, I am daunted by the fact that ghosts live in that house. I am so means I am totally. That's not the right one actually. I am daunted by the mafia uh, in my locality. So I am absolutely intimidated by the mafia of my locality. That's the most extreme form. So what will be the intermediate part? Let us check. Phased. Phased out means chosen out. I mean, the weaker link was phased out slowly in the system. So, I mean, it chosen out, removed, phrased. That is English. I mean, phrase. I mean, those sort of stuff, sentences, phrases, and sort of stuff like that. So that has no relation. Phased. Now, phased means very concerned. Uh, the main use is in the negative form. He was unfazed by all the happenings around him. Means absolutely not concerned. So that's used in the negative form more often. But then the positive form, phased, means very concerned. So that would be phased, bothered, phased, daunted. See, the next one is fused. Fused means added. I fused the two pieces of iron with a welder. Okay. So something like that. So this would be phased, which means, I mean, very concerned, not intimidated, but very concerned. So that's the first one. Next, two wizards try to create a spell using all the four elements: water, air, fire, and earth. For this, they decide to mix all these elements in all possible orders. They also decide to work independently. After trying all possible combination of elements, they conclude that the spell does not work. How many attempts does each wizard make before coming to the conclusion independently? See, the story behind the sum might be somewhat confusing, but if you have seen, I mean, movies of, I mean, what they say in English, those famous, I mean, those magic movies, and I forget the name right now. Then these are almost like that, all wizards and everything. But then you see what happens is, see, there is water, air, fire, and earth. The wizard has to mix this in any order. See, W, A, E, F, W, A, F, E, E, W, F, E, sorry, F, A, sort of any orders that they can. And they had concluded that the spell does not work. So had the spell worked, they would have left their combination. But since the spell did not work and they finally found that nothing makes the spell work, so they must have tried all the combinations possible. So how many combinations are possible? Very simple, factorial 4. That is 24. 4 items can be arranged in order in factorial 4. The symbol, modern day symbol is this. This is the actual uh, symbol of the textbook's Puritan symbol as this. So either way, this is 24. So that is the answer. So the thing is simple. The very simple thing has been hidden under a bit of a complicated story. I hope you all understood the story actually. I now remember the name, Harry Potter. If you have seen those Harry Potter movies, so there actually some things like this happen. Okay, let's move on to the next. Okay, in an engineering college of 10,000 students, 1500 like neither their core branches nor other branches. The number of students who like their core branches is 1/4 of the number of students who like other branches. The number of students who like both their core and other branches is 500. The number of, okay, rather than reading all this, which will just simply help in complicating it, I hope most of us have understood that this is nothing but a Venn diagram, a set theory problem. See this, let this be the universal set of the total students of the engineering college, which is 10k. I'm writing 1000 instead. I'm writing k instead of 1000 space. Let there be two groups, the ones who like their own branch and the others who like other branches. So this is liking own branch, liking own branch, and this is liking other branch. Okay, so let us see. 1500 like neither their core branches nor other branches. So this vacant space outside is 1500. The number of students who like their core branches, number of students who like their core branches is 1/4 of the number of students who like other branches. Okay, we will find that. The number of students who like both their core and other branches is 500. So this is 500. Now let us suppose the number of students who only like their own branch, who only like their own branch be X. In that case, the number of students who like their core branch will be X plus 500. I hope you understood the difference. Now this is something important. See, these X students does not like any other branch. Okay, they only like their core branch. But this total circle are students who like their core branch. And there may be students who also like other branches, which is this 500. I hope you understood the difference. That is the main thing of this sum. That is the main thing of this sum. And deliberately other branches, core branches has been given so that you become confused on that point. So X plus 500 students are students who like their core branch, but own branch. And X is that student who only like their core branch. 500 is that student who like their core branch and also other branches. I hope you understood that. So now, as per the problem, the number of students who like their core branches is 1/4 of the number of students who like other branches. So the number of students who like other branches must be 4 into X plus 500. That means this whole circle. So the number of students who only like other branches is 4 into X plus 500 minus 500. that is 4x plus 1500. So this is 4x plus 1500, right? Now you see this whole circle is 500 plus x. This part is 4x plus 1500. And this, who like neither of them, is 1500. And the summation of them is 10,000, right? The total engineering colleges, engineering students. So let us find this out. What happens? 5x plus 1500 plus 1500 is 3000. So 3500 is equal to 10,000. So 5x is equal to, subtraction of this is 6,500. So x is equal to 13,000. I hope we have understood. So what have they asked? The number of students who like their core branches. It means this part has been understood. I'm asked. So the number of students who like their core branches is 1300 plus 500. That is 1800. See, option number A is the answer. Let's move on. For positive non-zero real variables of x and y, if, I hope you all understand that ln is often used as the short form of logarithm. So log of x plus y by 2 is equal to half of log of x plus log of y. Then the value of x by y plus y by x will be equal to what? So from here we can say that log of x plus y by 2 will be equal to half of log of xy, because log of x plus log of y can be said to be log of xy. And further we can say log of x plus y by 2 is equal to log of root over of xy, because this half goes xy whole to the power half is root over of xy. So from here we can say that x plus y by 2 must be equal to root over of xy. Okay, so I mean, hence x plus y is equal to 2 root xy. So just take the square of both sides. X square plus y square plus 2xy is equal to 4xy, or x square plus y square is equal to 2xy. So we can simply go ahead and say that x square plus y square divided by xy is equal to 2. Now this is equal to x by y, and this is equal to y by x is equal to 2, and hence we have found out the answer. So the mistake that students will make is, which I was also about to do, was bringing the 2xy on this side and saying x minus y is equal to 0. So then we would again, go round and round, x minus y, x equal to y, and so on and so forth. And then you could have said x by x plus y by y so is equal to 2. That also could have happened. But then this also is okay. Okay, let us move on to the next. In the sequence 6, 9, 14, x, 30, 41, a possible value of x is out of the options. These are series problems. These carry 1 mark. So what will be it? See, 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. Now, 9 plus 5 is equal to 14. Now, 14 plus 7 would be 21. 21 plus 9 would be 30. And 30 plus 11 is 41. So basically, we are adding consecutive odd numbers starting from 3. And the whole series actually matches. So 21 must also be a match. Hence, x must be equal to 21. Okay, this is a sequence. This would generally carry around 2 marks. Sequence the following sentences in a coherent passage. Coherent means which has some meaning. Okay. The sentences are named P, Q, R, and S. So P, this fortuitous geological event. Fortuitous means fortunate, which was a good fortune. This fortuitous geological event generated a colossal amount of energy. Colossal means huge amount of energy and heat that resulted in the rocks rising to an average height of 4 kilometers across the contact zone. Okay, I hope the meaning is understood. Rocks rising to an average height of 4 kilometers across the contact zone. Number Q. Thus, the geophysicists tend to think of the Himalayas as an active geological event rather than as a static geological figure. Active geological event means which is still active. It's day by day. The height of the Himalayas is rising or decreasing, whatever it is. The natural process of the cooling of this massive edifice absorbed larger quantities of atmospheric carbon dioxide, altering the Earth's atmosphere and making it better suited for life. Edifice means crack. Okay. Number S. Many millennia ago, millennium, from there it comes millennia. Many millenniums is millennia. Many millennia ago, a breakaway chunk of bedrock from the Antarctic plate collided with the massive Eurasian plate. Okay, so you will have to make this into a coherent one. See, the first one would obviously be S. The first sentence has to be S. Many millennia ago, a breakaway chunk of bedrock from the Antarctic plate collided with the massive Eurasian plate. So after that, it must be P. This fortunate geological event generated a colossal amount of energy and heat that resulted in the rocks rising to an average height of 4 kilometers across the contact zone. Suppose this was the Eurasian and this was the Antarctic one. Suppose they collided, they met. So across this zone, the height went up, the rocks rose up. Okay. So after that, must be R. The natural process of the cooling of this massive edifice, the crack and the height, absorbed larger quantities of atmospheric carbon dioxide, altering the Earth's atmosphere and making it better suited for life. Thus, so thus means conclusion of the sentence, the whole passage. The geophysicists tend to think of the Himalayas as an active geological event rather than as a static geological structure. So SPRQ is the, sequence. SPRQ is, no, acha, this is it. Option numbers, SPRQ. Let's move on. A person sold two different items at the same price, which clearly means that the selling price is same. He made a 10% profit in one item and a 10% loss in the other item. So the profit and the loss percentages, the magnitude is the same. In selling these two items, the person made a total of, so first of all, when such a thing comes in, and this has been taught to you in the classes, you can refer back, that when the selling price is same and there is an X% profit in one item and X% loss in the other item, then first of all, there will be a loss in the whole transaction. And the quantum of loss would be X by 10 whole square percentage. So loss of X by 10 whole square percentage. So 10 by 10 whole square percent loss is the answer. That is 1% loss is the answer. So it's option C. Let's move on to the next. The pie charts depict the shares of various power generation technologies in the total electricity generation of a country for the years 2007 and 2023. Clearly visible, 2007 and 2023. And you can see hydro, solar, coal, gas. Here also hydro, solar, coal, gas, and this is wind, another one. Oh, there is also wind here. So this is 5%. Let us start from hydro. Hydro is 30%, 5%, 35%, 25%, and 5%. Whereas here it is 35%, 20%, 20%, 15%, and 10%. Okay. So the renewable sources of electricity generation consists of hydro, solar, and wind. Okay, so we are only into hydro, solar, and wind. Here also we are into hydro, solar, and wind. Okay. Assuming that the total electricity generated remains the same from 2007 to 2023. So the value of those both pie charts are the same. What is the percentage increase in the share of renewable sources of electricity generation over this period? So this is now becomes very simple because of the assumption, assuming that the total electricity generated remains the same from 7 to 23. Because of this, the sum becomes very easy. Let us add them and find out what is the summation of solar, hydro, and wind, that is renewable sources of electricity. So that is 5 plus 30 plus 5, that is 40%. And let us find out what here it is. It is 20 plus 35 plus 10. So that is 55 plus 10, that is 65%. So we are going to say that the percentage increase would be 65 minus 40 divided by 40 into 100. So that is 25 by 40 into 100. So that would be 125 by 2, that is 62.5%. So 62.5% is the answer. 25, this is option number D. 62.5% is the answer. Now we could do this, we could apply this. Please mark here, we could apply this because the value of this pie chart and this pie chart is the same. Had it not been same, we could not have applied this. Then there would be a different process. Let us move on. I hope you have understood. A cube is to be cut into 8 pieces of equal size and shape. Here Each cut should be straight and it should not stop till it reaches the other end of the cube. The minimum number of such cuts required is, now you see this is a sum which comes from cubes and dicing. It's very simple. It's just basic logical reasoning. See, if this is a cube and if you want to make into 8 pieces of equal size and shape, you apply these cuts along the 3 different planes. See, and you get 8 equal. If you want to get equal size and shape, then this is the minimum possible. Okay, maximum there could be many. You could have applied like slicing a bread, you could have applied 7 cuts like that, but this would be the minimum. So how do you calculate that actually? Since this is only 8 pieces, a diagram could be shown. The calculation is you take the cube root of 8, so which is 2, which means on every plane, see, this is, say suppose this is x, this is z, and this is y. Then I hope you understand this is the xy plane, this is the xz plane, and this is the zy plane. So along every plane you create 2 pieces, 2 pieces along every plane. So for that, to allow that, see, if you, this is a thing and you apply 1 cut, so 2 pieces are generated. So 1 cut will always generate 2 pieces. Similarly, if you apply 2 cuts, say 1 cut, 2 cuts, see, you get 1, 2, 3 pieces. So always remember that pieces is equal to 1 plus number of cuts. Okay, so you have needed 2 pieces along every plane. So for that you need to give 1 cut along every plane. 1 cut along every plane, which means a total of 3 cuts. And you see here also, we in the diagram we showed, this is, see, cut number 1. See, this is cut number 2. And you see this is cut number 3. And if you notice, they are along the 3 different planes, right? So that is how it happens, and the correct answer, of course, is 3 cuts. Hope this was understood. Let us move on to the next. In the 4 into 4 array shown below, each cell of the first 3 rows has either a cross or a number, and it can clearly be seen. See, 1 cross 4 3, cross 5 5 4, 3 cross 6 cross. The number in a cell represents the count of the intermediate neighboring cells, that is left, right, top, bottom, diagonal, not having a cross. Okay, so the number in a cell represents the count of the neighboring cells not having a cross. Given that the last row has no crosses, so we know for sure that the last row does not have any cross. The sum of the 4 numbers to be filled in the last row is how much? Okay, so let us find this out. See, let us draw one that would help us to explain without unnecessarily dirtying the whole diagram. See, let us first put in the crosses. So these are the only crosses. Now you see in this square, neighboring this has a cross, this has a cross, only this doesn't have a cross. That is why the number was 1. Now you see here, neighboring this one, say this one had a cross. All the other neighbors did not have a cross. So all the other are 4 neighbors. So that is why this was 4. And likewise, see this block, all the neighbors had crosses. So that is why it was 3. Now see this one. See, amongst neighbors, it has 6, 7, 8 neighbors, out of which there are 3 crosses. So that is why it was 5. Now see, here is the same. This block, out of 8 neighbors, has 3 crosses. So this was also 5. And this one, out of 5 neighbors, has 1 cross. So this is 4. Now, this one, see, out of its 5 neighbors, has 2 crosses. So that's why this one was 3. This one, see, out of its 8 neighbors, has 2 crosses. Mind it, they have told that these 4 blocks do not have any cross. So out of these 8 ones, only 2 crosses are there. So that's why this one is 6. Now let us look at this one. This one, out of the 3 neighbors that it has only 1 cross. So this will be 2. This one, out of the 5 neighbors it has only 1 cross. So this should be 4. This one, out of the 5 neighbors that it has 2 crosses. So this should be 3. And this one, out of the 3 neighbors it has 1 cross. So this should be 2. So naturally, the summation of this is 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2. That is 6 plus 5, that is 11. So 11 is the answer, and hence this is the answer. I hope everybody understood it. Okay, let us move on to the next one. Oh, acha, we have finished actually. So it is over. So I think the session will end now. So let us finish this. I hope all of you understood everything. So have a nice evening. Thank you very much.